Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have swatches for you from the Imagine collection from Cuccio for spring 2020. These are available right now at HP Beauty Bar, so in the description box below I will link the HP Beauty Bar site, I will link their Instagram page, I will link the Cuccio site and Instagram page, as well as my Instagram page where you can see more swatches of everything from this collection. I do also have a 20% off coupon code with HP Beauty Bar. You're welcome to use it. It's not an affiliate code. It's just 20% off for you for watching my video. That will be here on the screen as well as in the description box. So we have 8 new creams to look at today, and let's go ahead and get started. So for starters today, I did receive their base coat. I do not use base coat when I'm swatching. It's just an extra step that I don't have time for. I have used this base coat for regular manicures though, and it does work marvelously. However, I will be using their high gloss top coat for all of today's swatches. And up first we have I Seek, and this is described as a pinkish barely there cream. So here's our first coat of I Seek. This covers really well here on this first coat, pretty even considering the color it is as well. Formula is very smooth, not too thick, not too thin, very easy to apply, and this brush makes it really easy. Even though it's a squared off brush, it makes it really easy to get a nice rounded cuticle line that's very close to your cuticles. So here's our second coat, and that does cover completely into thin coats. This is going to dry nice and glossy all on its own. I would still recommend using a top coat if you want to keep your manicure lasting, but if you don't have time, this one does dry really glossy. So there is 2 coats. Next up we have I Desire, and this is described as a neutral mauve cream. Here's our first coat of I Desire. So this covers pretty well here on this first coat. I can obviously still make up my nail line, so I am going to go ahead and build this one up with a second coat. But these formulas on these polishes are to absolutely die for. They're very smooth, very easy to work with, and they're all 2 coaters, and like I am thoroughly impressed with this collection. So there is our second coat, and that does cover completely in 2 coats. This one, just like everything else, will dry nice and glossy all on its own. I will be a broken record in this video, so I might just stop talking at some point and let you watch me paint. So there is 2 coats. Up next we have I Crave, and this is described as a warm dusty violet cream. Here's our first coat of I Crave. So this one has more of a crelly-ish feel as opposed to a cream where it's a little bit more squishy on the nail, but it is still very opaque and it does apply nice and evenly. You could probably add a coat of glitter in between coats of this and it'll give you a nice cute little jelly sandwich manicure. But here's our second coat, and that does cover completely in 2 coats. This is also going to dry nice and glossy. Would recommend that top coat still. I didn't have any kind of running, pulling, or staining with anything in this collection. So there is 2 coats. Next up we have I Dream, and this is described as a subtle blue-gray cream. Here's our first coat of I Dream. This covers really well here on this first coat. Not a 1-coater, but very, very close. Formula is again fantastic and easy to work with. I swatched these a while ago, and as I was editing this video and watching back me painting my nails, I was like, dang, that's a good collection. So this is completely opaque in 2 coats. Like I said, everything in this is going to dry nice and glossy, but like I always say, you should still wear a top coat no matter what. I also didn't have any kind of staining with this color. So there is 2 coats. Up next we have I Imagine, and this is described as a dove gray cream. Here's our first coat of I Imagine. This covers really well here on this first coat, just like everything else. It is a little bit streaky, so I am going to build this one up, but formula is once again very beautiful to work with. I didn't have any kind of running, pulling, staining issues, nothing like that. So here's our second coat, and this is completely opaque in 2 coats. And I think at this point I'll just let you watch me paint my nails because it's the same as everything else in this collection. Very, very beautiful. So there's 2 coats. Next up we have I Reflect, and this is described as a chambray cream. Here's our first coat of I Reflect. Once again, this covers very, very well here on this first coat. Not quite a 1-coater, but again, almost there. I do apply cuticle oil between my swatches, and I do wipe off my nail beds for the most part, but I obviously missed some because I did have a little bit of patching on this one, but it did still cover completely in 2 coats for me. Just like everything else, this will dry nice and glossy. I didn't have any running, pooling, or staining. So there is 2 coats. Up next we have I Wish, and this is described as a honey nude cream. Here's our first coat of I Wish. Again, this covers really well here on this first coat. The opacity is very good. It does have a couple streaks though that will need to be covered up with a second coat. But again, a great, easy to work with formula, completely opaque in 2 coats, dries nice and glossy, no running, pooling, or staining on this one either. So here is that second coat, and like you can see, it is totally opaque in 2. And this is such a beautiful, easy brush to work with. I'm thoroughly impressed with this collection. So there is 2 coats. And then lastly for today we have I Endure, and this is described as a bronzed nude cream. And here's our first coat of I Endure. This one is also pretty opaque here on this first coat. Again, the opacity is there, but this one does have a little bit of streaking, so it does need to be built up with a second coat. Formula is, again, smooth, easy to work with, not too thick, not too thin, no running, pooling, staining, a very easy collection to work with. These are what I would call beginner-friendly polishes. So here's our second coat, and that does cover completely in 2. Just like everything else in this collection, you will want top coat to keep your manicure on, but nothing is going to dry textured in any of these, and nothing will be difficult to remove, and it will dry nice and glossy. So there is 2 coats. I did have 3 standouts in this collection. Honestly, across the board though, this was a very standout collection for me. I think all of the colors are beautiful. They're all flattering on my skin tone. I never quite saw myself as a spring polish person, but the spring collections that have come out this year have been phenomenal. So, my favorites. The first one is I Imagine. I really am just liking gray polish at the moment. This has a really good formula. It's very light, very airy. I could wear this on my toes year round and get away with it. I can wear this on my nails for the spring, for the summer, and for the winter. This isn't really a fall color to me, but it's almost a year-round color. So really, really like that. The next one is I Reflect. So this is like a gray with a kiss of periwinkle, and it's really beautiful, really original in my collection. Have nothing like this. A good 2-coat formula. Highly love this one. And the last one being I Desire. It's this beautiful pinky mauve color. This is kind of a safe color for me. I wear this kind of color year round when I don't know what else to wear, and this one has a really good formula. So these are the standouts in this collection for me. And guys, that is it. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of these polishes. Let me know if you plan on picking any of them up, and let me know what your favorite was. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you'd like to see more from me, and I will talk to you again next time.